Konnichiwa, and welcome to Tsuki no Ame, where we try Japanese sweets and treats. Today we have two treats to try from Tokyo Treat. So the first, this is the Golden Kinako Mochi, and it's going to be interesting because the culture guide only really talks about it as if it is Kinako Mochi, but you'll notice it says Choco here. I'm pretty sure these are chocolates that are made to kind of simulate the flavor of Kinako Mochi, especially because, so here in the corner we have like a little diagram of the chocolate. It's saying Kinako Choco and Mochi Gumi. So I don't know, I suspect that this is going to be a Kinako flavored chocolate with a Mochi Gummy, which will be interesting. But I also don't know for sure because the culture guide isn't saying it. We're going to find out. This is going to be entertaining. We are also going to try, this is the Good Luck Taiyaki. So this is kind of, taiyaki is one of those things where proper taiyaki is near impossible to find. But this I've seen a number of times. It's a wafer in the normal shape that you would see for taiyaki, filled with aerated chocolate. And it's honestly really pretty good. We haven't had it on the channel before, but it's been about a year. And I thought, honestly, this is one of those things where, it honestly is really good. So I thought it might be worth trying again and just seeing, because I haven't had it since last time I was on the channel, and I really enjoy it. So yeah, I think this is going to be really fun. I'm really looking forward to both of these. With all that in mind, let's get started. Itadakimasu! Alright, starting with our... Oh, okay. No, that's not going to be this. Here we go. Interesting. Okay, I can smell the soybean powder, the Kinako. I can smell it. It smells so good. I love Kinako. The list of things I didn't think I would particularly care for that I found that I truly love on this channel is very long, and it does include Kinako. Oh. It has just that lovely scent. It's Kinako, so roasted soybean powder. It's very nutty. It kind of hits a lot of, I don't know, kind of those earthier notes. I think of it kind of in a similar vein as like the black sesame and just actual nuts and, kokoto and all of that stuff. It's kind of more on those sides of flavors as opposed to a lot of like the fruitier flavors and things that you usually run into. And I love them a lot. So this, oh my gosh. It kind of reminds me of smelling like a hazelnut latte a bit too. It smells amazing. Okay, obvious is obvious. Yes, the chocolate is waxy. Not terribly, but it is definitely on that side. The flavor though is so good. It really is good, strong Kinako flavor. And it is so good. If you have not tried Kinako, but you do like some of the stuff I was talking about earlier when I was kind of trying to give examples, then you owe it to yourself to try it. It is amazing. I did not think it would taste good in kind of the sweets realm, and it's amazing. I love it so much. The mochi gummy is really kind of fun. It has a very different texture. I like it. I would recommend, especially if you're somebody who hasn't tried kokoto before, who's maybe, or not kokoto, Kinako, sorry. Too many of these K words. If you haven't tried Kinako, before, this is a really good way to be able to try it where you're not like, having the Kinako powder flying everywhere. Really good, really tasty. There's about half a dozen. There's 6 in here. Oh, 4 in the package now. 5 since I've eaten one. Yeah, this is just a really good way to be able to try that and see what it's like, but at the same time, it's not as messy to eat as actual Kinako powder. So you can just kind of see what it tastes like before kind of getting into a lot of the other sweets. Highly recommend. So moving on to our Good Luck Taiyaki. I don't want to destroy the package on this one. No, it's just not. There's a tray in here holding everything together, but there's like words up on the top. I don't want to tear them, but I'm going to have to. Getting into packages without destroying the packaging is like the most difficult thing on the channel. Okay. So here we have our little fishy. To make life easier, I'm just going to set everything to the side. So yeah, we have our little fish, and it's both sides. So in Japan, there's like a whole thing on whether or not you start with the head of the taiyaki or with the tail. People get in arguments about it, apparently. So if you have an opinion, please let me know down in the comments below. I have to admit, I usually bite the head off. So good. So good. So you can see this thing is just full of this aerated chocolate. And it's not overly sweet, the chocolate, which is kind of refreshing because most of the time when I've had aerated chocolate, it's been too sweet. I like my chocolate sweet. So I usually do like the milk chocolate, which is sweeter. And something about it just is way, way too much. But this one is like perfect. It's not too sweet, but it is still sweet. It is nice. It is crunchy. Your teeth just glide through it because it is the aerated chocolate. It's not like just this big block. Much more pleasant to eat than if it was like solid chocolate. It is really good. It is really fun. If you get the chance to try it, highly recommend, highly recommend. And also one thing that's kind of nice is, okay, take a look at the package, memorize it. I have seen these in my local Asian market for about $1 or $2. So if you live, near an Asian market, it's not consistent. It's not there every single time that I go, but sometimes I'm able to find it locally without having to special order anything. And this is one of a handful of things. And I do mean like this specific brand. Sometimes, I can find mochi locally, but I can't find the really nice mochi like we get in the channel. I have never seen this brand before in my life. Most of the things we get, I have to go hunting to find. This specific item, I have been able to find locally. Sometimes I can see flavors. Usually it's only the chocolate, but every once in a while I can find like strawberry. Highly recommend if you do go check out your local Asian market, maybe keep an eye out for it. You might be able to find it kind of like you can with Haichu and Kit Kats. This is something you might be able to actually find. Highly, highly recommend if you're interested that you do. Gochiso-sama. So to recap, we did our golden Kinako Mochi, which pretty good. Honestly, with the chocolates, like the texture is just never going to be good. But when they do flavored things like this, man, the flavor is often worth dealing with the waxy texture. And this is absolutely one of those moments where the texture just really, the texture isn't super fabulous of the chocolate, but the flavor is so amazing that it's worth it. It is really, really good. Highly recommend. We also did our Good Luck Taiyaki. I think the aeration process also kind of helps with the waxiness. That's just, maybe it's just not as noticeable, but really good, really tasty. And unlike these where you may have to like go find it online, this is something you might be able to find in your local Asian market. It's at least worth, at least worth keeping an eye out if you're somebody like me who likes to visit periodically. Sometimes you might be able to find it. You might be able to find it a lot easier than some of the other stuff that we've tried. Well, thank you so much for joining me today. If you like my shirt, link for that is down in the description below. And please don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Johnny.